Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, who truly holds the power over your life? The answer might surprise you. It's not your circumstances, not your past failures, and not even the people around you. The real power lies in one thing: taking full responsibility for your actions and your journey. Today, we're going to dive deep into what it means to own your life completely, to stop making excuses, and to step into a place of unstoppable strength and freedom. This isn't just another motivational talk, it's a call to awaken the leader inside you, to rewrite your story with courage and clarity, and to build a future shaped by your choices. Stay with me till the very end, because what you're about to discover could change everything you thought you knew about control, success, and personal power. Let's begin. Before you can conquer any day, the most important battle you must win happens inside your mind and heart. Starting with inner clarity means knowing your why so deeply that every decision, every action, and every step you take flows from that foundation. Without this clarity, you risk drifting through your days, reacting to circumstances rather than intentionally creating your life. The noise of the world, urgent emails, social media distractions, unexpected problems, will pull you in every direction if you lack a clear internal compass. Inner clarity is about purpose. It's the understanding of why you do what you do, beyond the surface-level tasks or external reward. It is about aligning your daily actions with your deeper values and long-term vision. When you wake up with a clear sense of why your day matters, you are anchored against the unpredictable storms of life. You won't be tossed by minor setbacks or overwhelmed by trivial distractions. Instead, you hold steady, knowing that every small effort contributes to something meaningful. This clarity transforms your mindset from one of survival to one of intentionality. It stops you from living at the mercy of outside forces and gives you the power to decide what truly deserves your attention and energy. When you're clear on your purpose, the daily grind no longer feels like meaningless busyness, but becomes a series of meaningful steps towards your larger goals and impact. Each task is infused with significance because it moves you closer to the life you envision. Moreover, inner clarity allows you to prioritize effectively. When everything seems urgent, clarity helps you ask, what aligns with my core mission today? It empowers you to say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters. This selective focus is critical because time is limited and energy dissipates when scattered. By focusing on fewer high-impact actions, you maximize your productivity and fulfillment. When you start your day without clarity, you risk acting from reaction, letting others' agendas dictate your schedule, succumbing to anxiety about what you should do, or becoming overwhelmed by tasks without direction. This is exhausting and unsustainable, but when you cultivate clarity first, you begin with calm control. Your actions flow naturally from a place of confidence rather than confusion. This clarity is not something you find by accident. It requires reflection, self-awareness, and sometimes courage to face what truly matters to you. It demands asking hard questions like, what legacy do I want to leave? What relationships am I nurturing? What skills am I developing? What impact do I want to make? When you answer these questions honestly, you build a mental map that guides every day. When your why is clear, motivation comes from within rather than from external rewards or pressure. This internal drive is more sustainable and fulfilling. It helps you overcome challenges because your purpose is bigger than any obstacle. It fuels resilience when the going gets tough and discipline when distractions arise. Starting with inner clarity also creates alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This alignment breeds integrity and peace of mind. You are no longer fragmented or conflicted. Your day feels coherent and purposeful, not chaotic or confusing. This harmony reduces stress and increases your ability to be fully present in each moment. Ultimately, the power to conquer each day is rooted in this inner foundation. No strategy, productivity hack, or external routine can substitute for the clarity that comes from knowing who you are and why you show up. It is the lens through which every choice is filtered. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded. Without it, even the most promising days can feel directionless or overwhelming. When you make it a priority to seek and nurture this clarity first, you start every day with intention, confidence, and purpose. Your actions become a reflection of your authentic self and your highest goals. This is how you take control, not by controlling every external detail, but by mastering your internal compass. This is where true conquering begins. The way you begin your day sets the trajectory for everything that follows. Creating a non-negotiable morning standard is not about rigid rules or perfection. It's about establishing a sacred routine that honors your values and prepares you mentally, emotionally, and physically for the challenges ahead. This early part of your day is a powerful opportunity to claim control before the outside world demands your attention. How you spend these first moments directly influences your mindset, energy, and productivity for the entire day. When you have a consistent morning routine, it signals to your brain that it's time to shift into focus and action mode. This predictability builds momentum and helps you avoid the chaos of indecision or distraction that often accompanies rushed mornings. Instead of waking up to stress and immediately reacting to external pressures, you create space for calm intention and clarity. This is where discipline shines, not as punishment, but as a form of self-respect that says you are worth the effort it takes to start your day well. A non-negotiable morning standard might look different for everyone, but it typically includes elements that feed your mind, body, and spirit. It could be waking up early to enjoy quiet moments of reflection, journaling your priorities, or engaging in physical activity that energizes you. It might include reading something inspiring, practicing gratitude, or meditating to center your thoughts. These actions ground you in your purpose and values before the outside world pulls you in every direction. This morning discipline creates a psychological advantage. By investing in yourself first, you build confidence that you can handle whatever challenges arise. Your sense of accomplishment starts early, so even if the rest of the day is difficult, you have already won a vital battle. The morning routine becomes a daily ritual of victory that reinforces your identity as someone who takes charge of their life. Consistency in your morning habits also reduces decision fatigue. When you have predetermined practices that don't require daily negotiation, you free up mental space for more complex decisions later in the day. This clarity and simplicity create calm amid the inevitable complexities of life. You're not scrambling to figure out what to do next. You're flowing from one intentional act to another. Importantly, a strong morning routine nurtures your emotional resilience. It provides a buffer against stress by allowing you to start from a place of calm and strength. When you begin your day feeling centered and prepared, you are less likely to be derailed by negativity or pressure. This emotional armor helps you maintain perspective and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Creating a morning standard also builds habits that compound over time. The small choices you make consistently each morning add up to significant improvements in well-being, productivity, and mindset. It's the principle of small wins in action. These wins build confidence, reinforce positive identity, and fuel motivation. Over time, your morning routine becomes the foundation for a life of discipline and achievement. This practice is not about being rigid or robotic. It's about choosing to honor yourself each day by dedicating time to what matters most before the noise begins. It's a daily investment in your future self and your dreams. When you respect your mornings, you respect your life. This non-negotiable approach also teaches you boundaries. It encourages you to protect this sacred time from interruptions or distractions. This boundary setting is crucial because the world is full of urgent demands that can easily pull you off course. Guarding your morning routine is a statement that your priorities and peace of mind come first. Ultimately, by creating and committing to a morning standard, you lay the groundwork for consistent success. You become the architect of your day, setting a tone that invites focus, purpose, and energy. This daily ritual is a powerful declaration that you are ready to conquer, not just survive, the day ahead. Discipline is the backbone of progress, the invisible force that turns good intentions into lasting achievements. Without discipline, even the clearest purpose and best routines fall apart when faced with distractions, doubts, and obstacles. True discipline is not about harsh self-punishment or rigid control. It's about consistent commitment to your goals and values, even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. It's the choice to act in alignment with your vision, day after day, regardless of how you feel in the moment. When you cultivate discipline, you create a foundation of reliability within yourself. This reliability becomes a source of trust, trust that you will follow through, trust that you can count on yourself to keep moving forward. This inner trust is transformative because it reduces the inner conflict and hesitation that often stalls progress. Instead of battling with procrastination or excuses, discipline gives you the power to choose action, even when the path is difficult or unclear. Discipline also builds resilience. Life will test you with unexpected trials, temptations, and setbacks. Without discipline, these moments can become reasons to quit or stray from your course. But with discipline, you see setbacks not as failures, but as temporary hurdles that you are equipped to overcome. This mindset shift is crucial because it means you don't have to rely solely on fleeting motivation or external circumstances. Your steady discipline carries you through tough times and keeps your vision alive. Moreover, discipline is a muscle that strengthens with use. Every time you resist distraction, push through discomfort, or choose focus over avoidance, you reinforce this vital skill. It grows easier and more natural over time until persistence becomes second nature. This cumulative effect transforms your ability to achieve, turning once daunting goals into attainable milestones. Discipline aligns your actions with your priorities, creating harmony between what you say you want and what you actually do. This alignment is key because success is not about occasional bursts of effort, but about sustained progress. Small, disciplined actions compound, producing results far beyond what sporadic effort could achieve. It's the daily discipline that separates those who succeed from those who merely wish for success. This quality also fosters self-respect and confidence. When you prove to yourself that you can stay committed and consistent, you build a positive self-image. This self-belief empowers you to take on bigger challenges and inspires greater ambition. Discipline, therefore, is not just a tool for achievement. It is a cornerstone of personal growth and identity. Importantly, discipline is deeply connected to freedom. Many think discipline restricts freedom, but in reality, it creates it. By mastering your impulses and habits, you free yourself from chaos and regret. You gain control over your time, energy, and focus, allowing you to pursue what truly matters. This freedom is the ultimate reward of discipline because it means you are not a slave to circumstance or fleeting feelings. You are the master of your destiny. To develop discipline, it's essential to start with clear, realistic goals and break them into manageable steps. This approach prevents overwhelm and builds momentum. Setting boundaries and minimizing temptations also support your discipline by creating an environment conducive to focus and consistency. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage your efforts can further strengthen your resolve. It's normal to face moments of weakness or distraction. Discipline doesn't require perfection, but rather the willingness to get back on track quickly. Each time you recommit after a setback, you reinforce your discipline and resilience. This cycle of effort, lapse, and recovery is part of the journey, not a failure. Ultimately, discipline empowers you to move beyond good intentions and vague aspirations. It transforms dreams into plans and plans into reality. With discipline, you hold the key to unlocking your potential and living the life you envision. It is the quiet, steady force that turns hope into achievement and challenges into growth. Understanding and mastering your emotional triggers is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward personal growth and lasting success. Emotional triggers are the buttons within us that, when pressed by certain events, words, or actions, provoke intense reactions, often ones that are disproportionate to the situation at hand. These reactions can lead to frustration, anger, anxiety, or sadness, and they often cloud our judgment and derail our progress. Yet when you become aware of these triggers and learn how to respond rather than react, you gain control over your emotional state and ultimately your life. Emotional triggers are deeply rooted in our past experiences, beliefs, and insecurities. They serve as automatic defense mechanisms that were useful at some point, but may no longer serve us well in our current context. For example, a criticism at work might trigger feelings of rejection because it unconsciously connects to an old fear of not being good enough. Recognizing these patterns is crucial because it allows you to separate the present moment from past wounds. This separation gives you the space to choose a response rather than fall into habitual, reactive behaviors. Mastering your triggers requires a high level of self-awareness. It means paying attention to the physical and emotional signals your body sends when a trigger is activated: racing heart, tight chest, angry thoughts, or sudden sadness. This awareness is the first step toward interrupting the automatic reaction cycle. Once you catch yourself in the moment, you can practice pausing and breathing deeply, giving yourself time to regain calm and clarity. This pause is where transformation begins because it shifts you from being a victim of your emotions to an active participant in your emotional experience. When you learn to manage your triggers effectively, you enhance your emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and regulate your emotions as well as empathize with others. This emotional intelligence improves your relationships, communication, and leadership. It allows you to respond to difficult situations with grace and composure instead of defensiveness or aggression. People naturally gravitate toward those who can remain calm and centered under pressure, making this skill invaluable both personally and professionally. Controlling your emotional triggers also protects your mental and physical health. Chronic emotional reactivity can lead to stress, burnout, and even illness. By managing your triggers, you reduce unnecessary stress and create a more balanced inner environment. This balance enhances your resilience and your ability to face challenges without being overwhelmed. It also cultivates a sense of inner peace that radiates outward and positively influences those around you. Developing strategies to handle your triggers involves both mindset shifts and practical techniques. On the mindset level, it requires reframing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to your self-worth. It means cultivating compassion for yourself when triggers arise, understanding that emotional responses are natural but can be guided wisely. On the practical side, tools such as mindfulness, meditation, journaling, and cognitive reframing help you process emotions thoughtfully. Regular reflection on what triggers you and why deepens your insight and control. It's also important to create boundaries that minimize unnecessary exposure to people or environments that consistently activate negative triggers. Protecting your emotional space is an act of self-care and empowerment. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth rather than fuel your fears helps build emotional resilience. This network becomes a source of strength rather than stress. Mastering your emotional triggers transforms the way you experience life. Instead of being tossed around by external events, you become the calm center in the storm. This mastery brings freedom from the chains of past pain and opens the door to greater confidence and joy. It empowers you to face difficult conversations, setbacks, and uncertainties with courage and clarity. Ultimately, when you understand and control your emotional triggers, you reclaim your power. You choose how to show up in every situation, creating opportunities for growth, connection, and success. This ability to regulate your inner world shapes your outer reality, making you not just a survivor of life's challenges, but a leader who inspires others by example. Developing resilience and patience is fundamental to navigating life's inevitable challenges with strength and grace. Resilience is not simply about bouncing back from adversity. It is about growing through it, becoming stronger and wiser because of the trials faced. Patience is the companion to resilience. Without it, the process of overcoming obstacles can become overwhelming and discouraging. Together, these qualities form a powerful foundation that empowers you to endure difficulties, maintain focus on your goals, and continue moving forward even when progress feels slow or uncertain. Resilience begins with a mindset that views setbacks not as permanent failures, but as temporary hurdles on the path to growth. It requires embracing the idea that challenges are part of the journey, not detours from it. This perspective shifts your energy from frustration and defeat to curiosity and learning. When you develop resilience, you train your mind to see problems as opportunities to develop new skills, deepen your understanding, and strengthen your character. This shift in mindset is crucial because it transforms obstacles into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Patience plays a vital role in supporting resilience. In a world that often demands instant results and quick fixes, patience allows you to remain calm and steady in the face of delays and difficulties. It teaches you to accept that meaningful progress takes time and that rushing can lead to mistakes or burnout. When patience is cultivated, you become less reactive to frustrations and more able to maintain a long-term vision. This calm endurance helps preserve your mental and emotional energy, enabling sustained effort toward your goals without succumbing to discouragement. Together, resilience and patience foster emotional strength. They help you regulate your feelings during tough times, preventing anxiety, anger, or despair from overwhelming you. Instead of being controlled by negative emotions, you learn to observe them, acknowledge them, and then choose constructive actions. This emotional regulation is critical because it keeps you grounded and focused, even when external circumstances seem chaotic or hostile. Building resilience and patience also encourages a growth-oriented approach to setbacks. Instead of asking, "Why me?" you begin to ask, "What can I learn from this?" This inquiry opens the door to self-improvement and innovation. It sparks creativity and problem solving and encourages you to seek support or resources you might not have considered before. Over time, this adaptive approach rewires your brain to expect growth rather than defeat, increasing your overall well-being and effectiveness. Practically, developing these qualities involves several key habits. First, nurturing a strong sense of purpose helps you stay motivated when challenges arise. When your goals align with your core values and passions, patience comes more naturally because the journey feels meaningful. Second, practicing mindfulness and stress management techniques builds your capacity to stay present and calm, which is essential for resilience. Third, cultivating a support network of people who encourage and inspire you reinforces your strength and provides perspective when you feel overwhelmed. Resilience and patience are not static traits. They grow through deliberate practice. Every time you face adversity and choose to persist, you strengthen your capacity to handle future challenges. Every moment you exercise patience instead of giving in to impatience, you expand your emotional endurance. These small, consistent efforts accumulate over time, creating a reservoir of inner strength that serves you in all areas of life. The benefits of resilience and patience extend far beyond just surviving tough times. They enable you to embrace change with confidence and optimism. They foster humility and gratitude, helping you appreciate progress even when it is slow. They empower you to maintain healthy relationships by managing conflicts with understanding rather than impulsivity. Ultimately, these qualities shape you into a person who not only endures life's storms but thrives through them, inspiring others to do the same. Cultivating resilience and patience transforms your outlook and your experience. It allows you to move through challenges with dignity and hope, keeping your eyes fixed on the bigger picture. This transformation is not just about enduring life's difficulties, but about rising above them with a sense of purpose, calm, and determination that propels you toward your highest potential. Taking full responsibility for your actions and their consequences is a fundamental step toward true personal empowerment and growth. When you embrace accountability, you move away from a mindset of blame and victimhood and step into the driver's seat of your own life. This shift is crucial because it restores your power to influence your circumstances and create the future you desire. Without accountability, it is easy to fall into patterns of excuse-making, stagnation, and frustration where external factors are blamed for your setbacks, leaving you feeling helpless and stuck. Accountability means owning your decisions, your mistakes, and the outcomes they produce. It requires a high level of honesty with yourself, acknowledging not only what you have done well, but also where you have fallen short or made errors. This kind of self-reflection is not about self-criticism, but about clear-eyed awareness. By recognizing your role in the unfolding of your life, you gain valuable insight into what behaviors, attitudes, or choices need to be adjusted. This awareness creates the foundation for meaningful change and continuous improvement. Taking responsibility also cultivates integrity. When you consistently hold yourself accountable, you develop a reputation of trustworthiness, both with yourself and others. Integrity strengthens your relationships because people sense that you are reliable, transparent, and authentic. It also builds your self-respect, as you no longer hide behind excuses or shift blame. This inner confidence is empowering and energizing, fueling further positive action and growth. When you accept responsibility, you reclaim control over your emotional responses. Rather than blaming others for your feelings or circumstances, you recognize that you have the power to choose how you react. This does not mean ignoring legitimate hardships or external challenges, but it means refusing to let those challenges dictate your mindset or behavior. Emotional ownership enables you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, turning obstacles into opportunities for learning and resilience. Moreover, accountability fosters a proactive approach to life. Instead of waiting for circumstances to improve or for someone else to solve your problems, you become solution-focused. You actively seek ways to overcome difficulties and take steps toward your goals. This proactive mindset is a hallmark of effective leaders and successful individuals because it drives progress and innovation. It also builds momentum. Each step forward reinforces your belief in your ability to influence your life's direction. Embracing accountability also requires humility, the willingness to admit mistakes and learn from them. This humility is not weakness but strength, as it opens the door to growth and transformation. When you are willing to face your shortcomings honestly, you free yourself from the burden of denial or defensiveness. This openness invites feedback, new perspectives, and opportunities to improve that you might otherwise miss. Over time, this cycle of reflection and adjustment sharpens your judgment, enhances your skills, and deepens your wisdom. In relationships, accountability strengthens bonds by creating clarity and mutual respect. When you take responsibility for your words and actions, you reduce conflict and build trust. Others feel safer knowing you stand behind your commitments and are willing to make amends when necessary. This creates an environment where collaboration and support can flourish, contributing to both personal and collective success. Ultimately, taking full responsibility empowers you to live intentionally. It shifts your focus from what happens to you to what you do with what happens. This perspective transforms challenges into catalysts for growth and setbacks into setups for comebacks. It frees you from the paralysis of blame and victimhood and opens the door to freedom, creativity, and fulfillment. Accountability is not a burden but a gift, one that unlocks your potential and enables you to shape your destiny with courage and clarity. By embracing this principle, you cultivate resilience, integrity, emotional mastery, and proactive leadership. You become the architect of your life, designing a future aligned with your deepest values and highest aspirations. In every moment, the choice to take full responsibility for your life is the most powerful decision you can make. It's the bridge between where you are now and the life you dream of living. By owning your actions, your mistakes, and your victories, you reclaim your power and set yourself on a path of growth, resilience, and true freedom. Remember, no external force can define you unless you allow it. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today, and with accountability as your foundation, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Thank you for investing your time and energy in this journey toward empowerment. Keep owning your story, keep moving forward, and never forget, the power to transform your life is already in your hands.